It all got started back in 2004. Randy Bright was sitting around a campfire singing goofy songs, and some of his teacher friends said, "Hey, we pay people to come to school to do this for the kids." Randy then went to his older brother Kurt. Shortly thereafter, the String Beans were born.
I talked to my brother Kurt and I said, "Hey, you feel like trying something like this out, you know, a little something different on the side, maybe make some money, sing some crazy songs?" And it just started off from there about 4 years ago.
Now just the other day at the department store, I saw something I've never seen before.
Now, over 300 shows later, Randy and Kurt enjoy reflecting on their humble beginnings.
I wrote a few songs for kids, and then we started performing them, and the response was pretty
Really
good.
Yeah.
Which was amazing because we're a bunch of no-talent hacks. Neither one of us can read a note of music. Ah, the secret's out! Ah!
The sheep and other grazers wore double-breasted blazers, and the turtle wore a girdle. They said her name was Myrtle.
On stage, the Bright brothers are joined by Freddie Kerr. Together, the String Beans have found the perfect recipe for fun.
I think we accidentally tapped into this niche that was just going ignored, and people have really responded to it.
I think I need a bath. Let's go!
It's fun because they do moves to help you and you can add your own style to it.
That's the energy I like to have, is kids jumping around having fun and me getting in the middle of it.
The String Beans are fun and they really rock and they're good at music.
Brandon's got it right. The Beans really can rock. But to ensure their long-term success, they need your help.
We're going to go national. It's just a matter of a few weeks. But in the meantime, people, have babies. We need our audience to be continuously replenished. So come on, do it for the Beans.
On the go, garbanzo beans, Omaha kidney beans, long and skinny string beans, spoon and fork and pork and beans.
Beat it like you mean it.
Words to live by indeed. As far as they know, the String Beans are the only band in Nebraska that is performing original music for kids. And more Beaniacs than ever will soon move to the music. They have shows scheduled from North Platte to Western Iowa. Vinny Villamonte is only 14 years old, but he's already a proven veteran on the stage. Last year, Vinny went to Reno, Nevada, and held his own against some of the best young magicians in the world. Many, many long hours of practice are paying off.
Black under the black hat, everybody got that?
Vinny Villamonte knows how to work a crowd.
Wow, you guys are smart.
Thanks to his parents, Regine and Luis, this talented 8th grader has been mesmerized by magic.
Well, I grew up with it. I kind of was overwhelmed with it my whole life. Well, was doing rope tricks since I was like 4 years old.
The wow factor is what keeps Vinny coming back for more.
I like the audience reaction. That's what I like, when I really nailed the trick and they respond.
It's those oohs and ahs that give Vinny the motivation to pursue magic as a lifelong career.
I'm thinking about being a professional magician, traveling the world, doing magic.
Vinny's parents know all about traveling. They have performed as many as 5 shows a day and over 300 a year. That was before they had 7 children.
I try to teach them as quick as possible because their hands will grow bigger, and one day they'll be so good at the trick, they'll be better than most magicians if they learn young.
Now watch closely, I won't even close my hand. It's gone. But actually it went right back to the cup again, you see.
Vinny is already smooth, but he continues to polish his skills.
Practice is a key. You gotta know how to practice. I practice 45 minutes each day.
But even the great magicians need a break sometimes.
Except Saturday and Sunday. I get those off.
Probably just to recuperate from a good-natured card fight.
See if we can hit the camera.
Growing up in Nebraska's only magic shop has given Vinny the ultimate springboard for success.
My dad and my mom have pretty much taught me everything I know.
You know you're destined for stardom when your face appears on the magic kit that bears your name. Look out, world. Here comes Vinny Villamonte.
3.
Luis and Regine have made it a point to get all of their kids involved with magic to some degree. Like Vinny, most of their faces can be found on the front of personalized magic kits that can be found on the Magic Shop website. For more on that, go to KOLandKGIN.com, say abracadabra, and click on Lance's Journal. The Royals are off and running with one of the best starts in the majors, and one of KC's young leaders is a proud graduate of Lincoln Southeast High School. It was a soggy, chilly day in KC, but that didn't dampen the spirit of the Gordon backers.
Countess, Catroz, Countess.
Are you a big Gordon fan?
Yeah, absolutely. He's going to be a huge part of this team.
Game day programs, scorecards, yearbooks.
He was great last year. He's going to be great this year.
Batting sixth, number 4, third baseman, Alex Gordon.
Kauffman Stadium was full of energy as Royals fans are optimistic that Alex Gordon will continue to build on what he accomplished last year in his rookie season.
There will be no sophomore jinx with Alex Gordon. He's playing phenomenal third base, and I think he's going to live up to everything that they hoped that he would.
That's just the people talking. Sophomore slump, freshman slump, junior slump. You know, you can say, you can go on and on, but you know, it's just about going out there and relaxing and having fun and winning games.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd.
One particular member of this crowd was especially proud. Alex's big brother, Eric.
Well, last year on opening day, I'm not much of a crier, and last year I kind of teared up a little bit when I saw him, so it means a lot to me to see him out there. It's exciting.
Leading off the Royal 7, the third baseman, number 4, Alex Gordon.
Only 3 years apart, Eric and Alex have always been close.
It's cool, you know, growing up, he played on the teams with me, and me and my buddies always beat him up a little bit. And I think everything's paid off that he worked hard for and went through as younger days, and it's really good to see him out there. Everybody dreams of being in the major leagues, you know, growing up playing ball. But for him, it's come true, and he thanks his lucky stars every night that he gets to be out there.
At the old ball game, the Royals.
Last summer, Alex had a rough day at the plate in Minnesota, and that's when the struggling rookie picked up the phone and turned to his big brother for some words of wisdom and encouragement. Eric doesn't know if what he said helped, but he does know that he'll always be there when his kid brother needs a shoulder to lean on. Two years ago as a freshman, Justin Tolston was thrilled to finish in second place at the state competition. But as a sophomore, that silver didn't taste quite as sweet. After 2 runner-up finishes, Justin was going to settle for nothing less than a state championship at this year's competition.
There's a truth limits man.
Justin Tolston is articulate, confident, and polished.
The world.
But it wasn't always this way. His journey to the top started in a freshman English class.
We had an assignment that I was dreading, and it was to memorize a whole poem. A whole poem. I was looking at it like, this is the end of the world for me.
As it turned out, it was just the beginning. The class voted on the presentations.
It was pretty unanimous.
Justin's victory turned a dreading into a yearning, a newfound desire to be the best.
Because I want to know the meaning of everything, yet sit I like a brokenness moaning. Oh, what responsibility I put on thee, Gregory.
This spring, Justin was awarded the state championship, and his mentor was absolutely thrilled.
We stood up and cheered because he had just done an outstanding job, and clearly he was an outstanding competitor. He had just really achieved what he wanted to achieve, and we're really proud of him.
For his efforts, Justin will receive a trip to the National Poetry Out Loud Finals in Washington, D.C. at the end of the month.
It's not about winning. It's not about the scholarships that are at stake. It's about me showing other people what I can do. And the stars never rise, but I feel the bright eyes of the beautiful Annabelle Lee. I'm going to use this tool for my whole life. So whether I do something that has to do with poetry or literature or acting, it's what I've learned and what I've gotten from it that's so amazing. Man is not God. Life is a century. Death an instant.
Although Justin is just a junior at Lincoln Southeast High School, he will not get the opportunity to defend his title. That's because the 17-year-old is a year ahead of schedule, and he'll be skipping his senior year at LSE to begin college. He plans on majoring in political science, and someday he might just use those verbal skills to become a politician. Greg Sharpe grew up in Kansas City, and he graduated from Kansas State. From '96 to '02, he was the voice of the Wildcats. But he turned in his K-State purple for Husker red, and the 44-year-old Sharpe says the transition has gone flawlessly.
It's been great. The fans have been phenomenal. I think, what my perception of Nebraska from the outside, it has been magnified by getting here, how incredible it is and the passion the fans have for Big Red sports.
Fair catch. Dropped by Marcus Mendoza.
And what can Nebraska fans expect to hear when they tune in their radios this fall?
I really want to bring to the folks a high-energy, well-informed, entertaining broadcast.
Mendoza in the backfield behind Bo Davis on 1st and 10 from the 42.
I pride myself on being very prepared, very informed, so I really want to inform the audience, entertain them as well.
Sharpe says he comes from a colorfully split family. Greg and his brother wore K-State purple. His father, KU blue, and his mom is a proud Nebraska graduate.
I certainly have some red in my family tree with my mother.
After spending 20 years in Topeka, the time was right for Greg, his wife Amy, and their 2 young daughters to move north of the border.
It was a great opportunity to come up here, and one that, I always kind of looked at places that I might be willing to kind of relocate my family, and Nebraska was always one of those. And so when the opportunity presented itself, it just seemed like a natural fit for me to come on up.
Twins to the near side. Went back in the pocket, throws ball batted down to the line of scrimmage. It might have been Dixon who had his hand up in the air to bat that ball down. It'll be 3rd down and long.
Former Huskers Matt Davison and Adrian Fiala will join Greg in the booth this fall. And let's just say Greg is looking forward to a short summer.
I cannot wait for that final Saturday in August to arrive at the stadium and know that it's the beginning of a new era for Husker football with Bo Pelini. And I think most Nebraskans would agree that that day can't get here soon enough.
3 straight carries from Martin Lucky. He finds pay dirt.
And the red team is smelling steak right now, but it's early on.
In addition to his football duties, you can also hear the 2-time Kansas Broadcaster of the Year doing Husker baseball broadcasts as well. Well, if you have an idea for my next journal, write or call. I look forward to hearing from you. Every 3 weeks throughout the school year, Union College physician assistant students get the chance to close their books and put their newfound knowledge to work. At first glance, it provides a service for the clients, but the closer you look, the more you realize that both sides are benefiting greatly from this remarkable program.
You don't want to cut it circular like you do your fingernails.
For Samuel Hudaddle, this is much more than just sharing toenail trimming tips.
Actually, it's incredibly humbling to just sit and take care of someone's feet. We trim their toenails and clean them, wash them, and then give them a foot rub. And it just gives us a great experience to have some patient interaction and also just to bring ourselves down to that humbling experience of service. I enjoy it a lot.
In his 11 years of overseeing this foot care clinic, Michael Huckabee has seen both the homeless and the students benefit from this experience.
I will still argue that the folks who get the most out of this are our students, because they get a chance to interact with people that they probably don't deal with on a regular basis, and they get to learn skills in compassion and how to develop a rapport and how to show that they're there to care for somebody, and that's so true in all aspects of healthcare.
And for the recipients of this healthcare, well, you can just see the joy in their faces.
You know, the benefits to the clients who come through is tremendous, because they get a chance to be touched and be cared for, but they also hopefully get some encouragement with a new pair of shoes that they can go out there and get into their world again.
Which would you like to start on? Okay, here we go.
Donna Jennings loves to help people.
It's pretty heartwarming when you realize there's a population in the city that can kind of go unnoticed. And we have the opportunity and have had the opportunity for a number of years to provide this service.
The last time Donna worked the clinic, The woman she was helping asked her a question.
We doing all right so far? She said, so you guys get paid for this? And I said, no, just getting to do it is my payment. And she's like, really? Wow.
It's clear to see these students already have the magic touch.
Are you ticklish?
A little bit.